There are certain verbs that just usually lend themselves to being conjugated in the imparfait. For example, the verb être and the verb avoir, they're usually in the imparfait because you usually are a certain way, you are a certain emotion, or you are a certain adjective. And the verb avoir usually have something for more than just a moment. For example, if I'm describing, I'll probably use imparfait, the imparfait form of être. Elle était timide, c'était maladroit. She was shy for more than just a moment. It was awkward for more than just a moment. So if I'm describing what things were like using adjectives in the verb être, probably it's going to be in the imparfait. Another example is with avoir. J'avais deux meilleures amies. Elles avaient les cheveux bruns. I used to have two best friends and they had brown hair. I had them for more than just a moment and their hair was brown for more than just a moment. So these are imparfait. The verbs that are usually in the imparfait, they usually deal with feelings, emotions, desires, and just describing a state of being. These verbs usually cover a longer period of time, longer than just a moment. So you want to use imparfait for them. One way to remember this is that verbs that have to do with le cœur, the heart, and verbs that have to do with la tête, the head, are probably imparfait because your heart, your feelings, and your head, your thoughts, last for more than just a moment. Here are examples of verbs that are usually in the imparfait. There will be exceptions, but they're usually in the imparfait. Aimer, to like or love. Adorer, to adore, to really love. Détester, to hate. Vouloir, to want. Désirer, to desire. Espérer, to hope. Souhaiter, to wish. Craindre, to fear. And se sentir, to feel, are usually imparfait. So here are a couple of examples. J'aimais beaucoup quand nous jouions dehors. I used to really like when we would play outside. And that's when I really liked it, that's more than just a moment. Elle adorait la musique R&B. She loved R&B music. If she used to love that, it was for more than just a moment. Nous détestions quand notre mère nous punissait. We used to hate when our mom would punish us, more than just once. Je voulais être pompier quand j'étais jeune. I wanted to be a firefighter when I was little. That's not true. I'm scared of fire. But just imagine. Je voulais être pompier. I wanted to be a firefighter. That was more than just for a second. That's what I wanted when I was little. Elle désirait aller au concert de BTS. They wanted to go to the BTS concert, not for just a moment. Est-ce que tu espérais venir? Did you hope to come? Hoping is usually, something you're feeling for a while. Vous souhaitiez que ce serait différent. You wished it was different, and you wished for more than just a moment, probably. Ma mère craignait les serpents. My mom was afraid of snakes, and that was not for just a moment. She was terrified of them. Je me sentais triste quand tu as dit ça. I felt sad when you said that. So feelings are probably imparfait. So also la tête, le cœur has to do with imparfait usually, and la tête, the head, does as well because your thoughts usually last for a little while, or your beliefs. For example, croire, to believe. Quand j'étais petit, je croyais au Père Noël. I really believed in him. I would set out cookies for him, carrots for his reindeer. I would be good all year knowing that he was watching me. I would go visit him in the mall. So I used to believe in him for more than just a moment. That goes with like religion and all sorts of things that you believed in. Penser, to think. Your thoughts can be passé composé or imparfait. Here's an example of imparfait. Je pensais que mon père était un héros. I thought that my dad was a hero, and that's for more than just a moment. I used to think that. I will add, I don't have a list of them, but there are certain verbs that just kind of lend themselves to being passé composé. For example, tomber, you just fall down one time. Or décider, you decide on something for a moment. Commencer, you began something. Those are usually passé composé because they happen once and quickly, whereas these seem to last over a longer period of time. Now, of course, there's an unless. These verbs are usually imparfait unless you want to really emphasize that it's a change or it's something new or it's just the one time. For example, il a menti. Tout à coup, imagine a little accent mark there, I forgot it. Il a menti. Tout à coup, je l'ai détesté. this is passé composé because I didn't hate him for a long time in the past, but in that moment, oh, I hated him. All of a sudden, one time, I just got so mad, and that's passé composé. Or le chien a aboyé et j'ai eu peur. The dog barked and I got scared. So it's not saying I was scared of dogs all the time. It's just saying I got scared. I had fear for that moment. Same thing with like avoir faim, to have hunger. If you were hungry, probably imperfect 'cause it's a feeling. But if you want to say, ooh, all of a sudden I got hungry, that's passé composé. Here are just a couple other examples. Espérer, to hope, is usually imparfait. J'espérais gagner. I hoped to win. Versus hier, j'ai espéré que tu viendrais, mais maintenant c'est fini. Yesterday I hoped that you would come, but now it's over. So that's showing that I had a hope that is definitely finished and it was cut off by something. I hope that makes sense. Je pensais à mon frère. I was thinking about my brother. Versus, oh, j'ai pensé à une bonne histoire. I thought of a good story. And it's like, ah, I just thought of it. Versus, like, gosh, I wonder what Adam's doing today. You think he's with Viv? And it's like thinking for a while. Je me sentais malade pendant toute la journée. I felt sick all day long. So if I'm describing that I felt sick, it's probably like ongoing for a while. Versus, oh, j'ai senti une goutte de pluie. I felt a drop of rain. One more example. Je voulais rentrer après le film. So after the movie, I was ready to go home. I wanted to go back. Versus soudain, j'ai voulu partir. When you're somewhere and just all of a sudden you're like, I gotta get out of here. For me, it happens at the grocery store with COVID and everybody's wearing masks, and I'm fine until I'm not fine. And suddenly I really wanted to go. And I'm like, nope, gotta check out. There's too many people here breathing on me. It's gross. So this is suddenly, and you can put it passé composé. So basically, verbs that have to do with the heart, le cœur, and the head, la tête, they are probably imparfait, as well as être and avoir. They're probably imparfait. But if you're really trying to emphasize that something happened all of a sudden for a moment, or you want to emphasize it's once and it's over, that's passé composé. So it's up to you to kind of decide how you want to change these verbs.